What's up guys, Brett Medlock here. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to start highlighting the best indie games on Nintendo Switch. As I'm sure you know, the Switch gets tons of indies every single week, like an insane amount. And I decided, you know what, a lot of these games are getting overlooked and they're great games, like tons of great games. So I want to start doing these like reviews, basically reviews, but on games that you might not see a lot of other channels covering just because there's so much stuff coming out. So this is my new show called Nindie Highlight. Let's start highlighting some of the best indie games out there on Nintendo Switch. The first one I wanted to talk about today is called Marble It Up. So let's jump on in. Platformers have been around for almost as long as gaming itself. The usual setup involves a character that can run, jump, and interact with objects around them. A fairly recent Nindie title, Marble Up, shakes up the genre for the better. With the simple concept of rolling around as a marble, the way the levels are designed, combined with the power-ups and stage hazards, make this a very interesting and frustratingly fun experience. Even when my marble got up in high speed, it was still very responsive when it came to slowing down, stopping, and changing direction. The camera controls are also spot on, which are a lifesaver in a lot of situations, especially when jumps are involved. Speaking of jumps, there's a bit of a learning curve to all this. After all, your marble is still a ball, so it should come as no surprise that it bounces. You can use the bouncing mechanic to pick up speed very quickly and vault your way to the finish line, often in creative ways like bouncing off platforms at the right time. Speed and timing are everything, as every level is a time trial. Depending on your final time, a gold, silver, or bronze medal will be awarded. Thus, the overall objective is to try and get your best score and earn the gold medal. And the more medals that you earn, the more marble paint schemes you unlock. Each level has a bit of a quirk to it. Some levels will have you make use of power-ups such as a spring, speed boost, and gravity walls. And then other levels will have ice as an environmental hazard, which of course makes it much harder to control your marble. Then there are stages that mix things up by having you collect gems to unlock the finishing portal. There are various thoughtful and interesting gimmicks throughout each level. Some levels are more difficult than others, of course, but there are checkpoints in almost all of them. The only issue is the timer that never stops ticking, so those few seconds of respawning could result in the loss of a medal. I found the design of each level to be really well done, and I'm sure as you already guessed by now, I'm a big fan of the game's physics engine. I have but one gripe with Marble It Up. It includes 40 levels, and on paper that sounds like a decent amount, but these levels are rather short, each lasting a few minutes at a time. Thus, the longevity of this game only really exists if you intend on trying to get a gold in every level. Although I can't go without mentioning that the developer does have more content planned for the game, but all signs are pointing at it being paid content, which sort of frustrates me considering that there's not much content packed in the base title, but if you love these levels like I did, you might be inclined to pick up the DLC. On the bright side, a level editor is being added to the game as well, but there's a catch. It's only PC users that will be able to share levels with each other directly. As for console players, including Switch, the developers themselves will be curating what they consider to be the best user-created levels, and they'll feature them as packs on consoles. If these packs are also paid for, that would be a really low move, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I can't go without mentioning the soundtrack. Each song is upbeat and continuously drove me to keep playing, but the audio quality itself is what caught me off guard. Not the music, but just every sound in the game seems to be compressed to a point where it sounds like a low-quality rip that you would hear on an amateur YouTube video. Hell, maybe even like this YouTube video. We're working on it, guys, I promise. I'm not sure if it was a creative choice, but it seems just out of place to me. But like I said, I do highly enjoy the soundtrack. Putting my minor issues with the game aside, Marble It Up has proven to be a fun little gem that you shouldn't miss on Nintendo Switch. It's light on content, but if you enjoy 3D platformers, then this should still be up your alley nonetheless. The game is $20, it released on September 29th, it's a single player only game, of course it's a platformer and sort of a puzzler, and it's published by Bad Habit Productions and developed by The Engine Company. Be sure to let me know what you think of this little series I'm going to start doing, highlighting some of the best Nindies that fly under your radar on Nintendo Switch. And also to new viewers, please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more gems like this in the future. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm Brett Medlock, and I will talk to you later.